Why? Hello there! Welcome to Panda's Kitchen. Today we are going to be making Janchi Guksu. So Janchi Guksu translates to banquet noodles, a pretty easy to make noodle soup. Traditionally, it can be pretty time consuming because you need to simmer down anchovies and all that stuff, but we're going to be skipping the anchovies. It's a really light noodle dish. It's served with a delicious seasoned soy sauce on top. It's just a nice bowl of noodle soup that you can make very quickly at home. It's going to be so good. Let's just get right into it. I have 6 cups of water here, and I'm just gonna dump my 2 dried shiitake mushrooms straight into the bowl. And you can find these at Asian grocery stores. You can definitely do this ahead of time or use fresh shiitake mushrooms, but you need some sort of mushrooms to kind of develop the flavor of the broth here. So just set this off to the side and we'll start prepping the rest of the veg. So I have 2 sets of vegetables here, okay? So this side is the vegetables for the soup itself, and this side is for the seasoned soy sauce we're going to make. So we'll start with the onion here. We're only going to use half of it. Just cut off the tops. I always have this compost bag because number 1, it's obviously better for the environment the more we can compost, but number 2, it's also really handy to kind of have all your stuff that you're not going to use in one spot so you can just throw it away really fast. That way you're not making trips back to the trash can. And we're just going to thinly slice this onion. All of the vegetables that go in the soup are going to be thin slices. Push those off to the side. And then we have the zucchini. So we're only going to use half, okay? So you can save this other one for later. We'll cut it into discs first. And then just kind of stack them up on each other like this. And then from here, cut into thin strips. Janchi Guksu typically served at special events, most notably weddings. Why we are making this today? No special occasion at all. We're just making it because I want noodle soup. Now I got this sad looking carrot, but it's actually a perfect size for what we need. We're gonna julienne this as well. I don't peel my carrots. I know that will freak a lot of people out, but if you really feel like you need to peel your carrots, be my guest. I have a stick of green onion here, so I'm only going to use half of this. We'll save this for something else. I'm gonna move all the green onion into the bowl. Now the jalapenos, we're just gonna use one of them. We'll dice the jalapenos, so we'll cut into small little strips here. Pretty good dice here. Obviously adjust this to your spice tolerance. If you can't handle it or if you don't like spicy food, then reduce the amount of jalapeno, or you can skip it entirely, but I highly suggest it. Add just enough soy sauce to lightly cover the vegetables in here, okay? Okay, that's good right there. 1 tablespoon of gochugaru. Feel free to omit this if you think this is gonna get too gnarly for you. Half a tablespoon of minced garlic. Half a tablespoon of sesame oil. 1 teaspoon of brown sugar. Oh, come on, you mother. There we go. And lastly, 1 tablespoon of sesame seeds. Now, if you want to take this to the next level, you can crush this in the mortar and pestle really quick. You definitely don't need to be doing this if you don't want to. Give everything a nice mixy mix. Janchi Guksu is interesting. It's not a typical soup where all the seasoning's already in the soup. You actually have to serve the soy sauce on top of it. A trademark of Janchi Guksu is that the broth is pretty clear. The seasoned soy sauce you use as a garnish. This smells so good. Okay, so it's been roughly 30 minutes and the mushrooms have softened up pretty good by now. They're pretty soft, so I'm just gonna squeeze out the excess moisture back into here. Oh, it makes kind of a weird sound. So save this water, remember, don't throw it away. We're gonna use this to make the broth. The stem is still gonna be super tough, so try to get them out, okay? And same thing with the rest of our vegetables, we're just gonna julienne, right? Our vegetables are done, and we should be ready to start making the soup. I'm going to get a pot ready on medium-high heat. At the same time, I'm gonna get the water boiling for the noodles we're using. And today we're using somen, or somen, the Korean term for somyeon. These are pretty thin flour noodles, and these are so good in soups, but you can use ramen or any sort of thin flour noodle will work great. So I'm only doing 1 serving of noodles today, but we're making 2 servings of soup. It's best to make the noodles fresh when you're going to enjoy this dish. These only take like 2 minutes minutes. Now, when the 2 minutes are up, drain them and you're gonna rinse them under cold water pretty vigorously, and you're going to kind of rub the noodles together, almost like you're washing something. So we're gonna set those off to the side while the rest of the soup is cooking. So we'll just add a touch of oil, and then we'll go in with our vegetables. We're not looking to completely cook this. This is just a pretty light saute, okay? Just to develop a little bit of flavor. Now we're gonna add the 6 cups of water that we soaked our dehydrated mushrooms in. We're gonna let this come to a boil, and once it does, we'll add the rest of our seasonings. 1/3 cup of soy sauce, half a tablespoon of salt. So just give it a good mix and the soup is done. We don't want to cook this too long. We don't want the vegetables to become mushy. Let's get ready to plate our noodles. Let's try to get a lot of vegetables on top first and more soup. This is very optional, you don't need this. I'm just trying to make this look nice. Top with a little bit of thinly sliced seaweed. And here comes the most important part, our seasoned soy sauce. Just grab a good spoonful, kind of put it right on top. There it is, Janchi Guksu. Ooh, this looks good. Oh, I'm so ready for this. Just a little soup first. The way to eat this, you're gonna stir in the seasoned soy sauce into the broth now. Korean food is, a lot of it's about presentation to make it look nice, so that's why we don't mix it in right away. Oh yeah. I'm so hungry, let's go for this big thing of noodles. I'm ready. It's so comforting. The weather's starting to get a little colder now, and it just puts me right in the mood for soup. The flavor is so clean and simple. It's light, and that's what I love about this dish here. Oh my goodness. Done. That was way too damn good. I'm probably sweating a lot. I'm probably a big hot mess, but that's okay. I made enough soup for 2, but I'm gonna eat for 2 today. After I'm done with this video, I'm totally gonna make another serving of noodles. I don't know why I'm making this face right now. It's so easy to make, so freaking easy. It comes together so fast. It's a fun twist on noodle soup, right? Because it's not very common where you eat noodle soup like this, where you put the soy sauce on top. And yeah, man, everyone should make this. They really should. You can do whatever you want though. Thank you so much for watching. Please let me know what you want to see next. Please like, comment, and subscribe. Thank you. And I'll see you next time. Bye-bye. Ciao.